What's up, guys? Welcome back for another one. Just wanted to give you an update on where we're at with our race bagger build here. I finally figured out the harness issues with the S1 turning signals. I do have them on right now, so I'll just show you guys what they look like. I'll turn them on for you so you can see how they work. Maybe I'll show you guys how I ran the wire and stuff like that, and then talk a little bit about the harness, because if you have a Road King special, it might just be 21. I don't know what the deal is. This video might be for you if you are also interested in making the S1's turning signals. So let's jump right in. I hope you enjoy. So here you see the turning signal, and I am using the Santoro Fabworks mounting bracket here to go with my Santoro Fabworks crash bar. And I bought this before they started selling the pre-wired crash bars, so I just missed the mark there. So what I had to do was basically just tie strap the wires going back. I put one here, I put another one in here, and then they were joined together. If you guys can see that in there, they're joined together and they just go up the middle. And in a nutshell, they come up and they attach to the whips that go back to the main harness for the turning signals. I know there's kind of a bunch of wire here, it's kind of hard to see, but there are two plugs here. These are the two larger plugs, one for each side. That's what's going to the main harness to control the turning signals. So I did that. I'm still working on figuring out the best way to clean up this wire. I also took some self-adhesive silicone tape here and just kind of put some around the relays here and around some of the auxiliary connectors and stuff like that, just to kind of waterproof it, because like you can see, this is a wide open fairing. Luckily, and what I like is that even in rain, I didn't get any noticeable weather or anything coming in here. I stayed dry in the weather in a good rainstorm, so that was good to know, good to find out. And if you're interested, yeah, the fairing is working amazing. I think it looks beautiful. And really, I have no complaints right now. You know, I wasn't sure how it was going to all handle, because this fairing, because it is a race fairing, does sit a little lower than your traditional one. But again, as of right now, I have no issues. So let me turn these things on for you while we still got a little bit of daylight. It might make it easier to see than at night. And then when the sun finishes going down, I'll pull it up to the garage so you can see the full layout of all these lights together here. I know it's kind of hard to see because the lights are kind of washing everything out, but these things are bright. Even in this piece of daylight here, you can see how much lighter it's making everything. Definitely opens the road. I feel like the S1s do a good job of providing some low spotlights here on the ground directly in front of me while I'm riding, which is nice. Otherwise, it's almost like having a third headlight between those two. So the lights work great. Really happy with the way they look. Would love to hear what you guys think. I think it's safe to say I'm officially done with the lighting portion here. But let's go over to the bench. We'll talk about the harness itself and the modifications that I had to do to make this work on my 21 Road King Special. So I did want to touch base again on the harness and the issues that I saw. And then after that, we'll take it out and show you what it looks like at night. Basically, you're looking at the Road Glide harness that A10 provides. They give you these two whips here, and the idea is that you cut this factory plug from the S1, you match up the wires on this little harness, and then you have this hanging from the end of your S1, right? So the harness actually has two plugs. Again, this is the power, so this guy would plug in here, and that goes to the S1, and this is the other remaining connector for the signal wire to let it know it wants the turning signal on. The issue I have with my 21 Road King Special is the whip coming from the harness has the same exact plug. So there's no way to obviously plug those plugs in together without making some modifications. I did reach out to A10 and they said I should be using the Road King harness, and they sent that to me, and in actuality that's what I put on the bike. And really the only difference was it was missing this little relay block. You know, all these connectors were identical. So I had initially planned to cut this off the whip from the main harness. I went to Harley, I bought the plug that I needed and a whole bunch of pins, but it turns out I'm not really good at crimping those pins. Those things were super small. So I just ended up using these guys, cutting them using these solder sticks together, and then, you know, a little bit of silicone tape just to make sure it stays water protected, and that worked. So I did look up the wiring diagrams for both the Road Glide and the Road King, and they are different. So maybe it's a 2021 thing, I'm not sure. I know that's the same year they switched from hydraulic to cable clutch, so who knows. All I know is that's what I had to do to make it work for me. So again, if you got same year make and model as I got and you want to run S1s as turning signals, be prepared. You're probably going to have to cut these and splice them to this wire. And then it's just a matter of figuring out which wire is the actual control wire coming from the harness. So I just did a process of elimination. I literally spliced this wire and tried each port until the turning signal came on, and then that's the wire I went ahead and spliced to the control wire from the harness. So it's working, no complaints there. You know, A10 was very helpful. They did reach back out to me and everything like that. So they definitely tried to do everything they can in their power to help me out. So I do appreciate that. All in all, I'm just happy that it's working and we figured it out and it was nothing major. So what I would like to do now is just take it out at night, and I'll see if I have some footage of beforehand, and maybe we'll do a little side by side so you can see the difference in the light from having the S1s or just running the two LP6s. So one of the things I like best about not just the LP6s but the addition of these S1s is the amount of light you get, and in particular the amount of light right in front of you, which is really good for, say, if there's something in the road or if you're riding in an unfamiliar road late at night. The more light the better. You know, it goes without saying that, you know, you want to be seen, you want to be heard to those around you on the road, and that's one thing that these lights do better than anything else, bar none. So again, very impressed, very happy with the lights, very happy with the addition of the S1s, and all in all how this whole build is going so far. It's really transformed my bike, and honestly I haven't been able to stop riding it, to the point where I had to put the battery tender on my street bob because I let it sit. So that just goes to show you it. And honestly, I love the street bob too. These are two different weapons that feel completely different, but both do their job really well. So, but we're not done. We still have a lot more to do to this bike. So like I said in the previous video, we're gonna do some drop-ins in the forks, and we'll talk about the difference in how it feels and the overall performance of the bike. And then I've promised many of you that we will do a complete bike check. We'll go through all the parts that I've got on, and we'll keep rocking. So again, appreciate you guys always for watching these videos. Do consider liking and subscribing. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.